And this isn't some kind of arbitrary rumbling on my part. I mean, I just think about stuff, and I'm not even the greatest thinker that I know. I know very intelligent people. I know smart people as well, but they they don't understand it the same way that I do. Probably I'm wrong. Maybe. I mean, that's not out of question. I could be wrong, but it's the most logical thing to me. To actually enhance an experience, you have to enhance the experience. You don't have to go back to what other people have done that have never made them happy. Throughout history, just look at what wealthy people have done. Look at what so-called kings have done to people. Look at what they're doing right now to people. And those people are so corrupt that they don't even care that they get caught, that they're so fucking blatant because they are so sure that they will never let go of that power. But everything's cyclical. And idiots like them has actually existed before in even greater numbers. And they all have the same face when they get caught. They all have the same, this is an experience. I impacted others negatively. They all have that same fucking face of I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry. If you leave me alone again, I'll do it again. That's the face that they have. I'm not sorry about what I did. I haven't learned anything. I just know that I didn't like getting caught. Because it feels awful to feel like a hypocrite, like a liar, like a cheater, like an exploiter, like an abuser. And that's what they are. They are violent people who don't care about anything else but having more. And for what? Their families don't love them. I fucking promise you that they haven't shown love to them, so they're not going to receive it back. It's total chaos in that kind of circle because the story keeps on repeating itself, and it's over and over the same thing. Those are not people that understand this very simple concept. Don't be afraid of death. Be afraid of not living your life, because death is there. It's going to be a secure thing. You can't say no to it. You can try to take care of yourself so you can last as long as you can, but if you waste it all on trying to acquire wealth and hoarding, it's a fucking waste. Because you don't get to experience the most beautiful thing that we have actually invented, which is the concept of love. And understand that love comes naturally, but that's more of an instinct to protect. I'm talking about the love that you show people, that you care about them by doing things for them, by helping them, by being there for them, and letting them help you, letting them be there for you, and actually enjoying those interactions and enjoying those experiences and those moments, the moments that you have with yourself. They are so fucking very important, and we keep on dismissing them as procrastination or being a hippie or being utopic fool. And that's never the case. I mean, if we can imagine it, it can happen. I promise you. We've already gone out almost outside of the solar system, and all within my lifetime almost. It's incredible to think the capabilities that we have had as a monkey that ate some shrooms and developed this constant brain growth and actually learn to learn and learn to adapt and learn to acquire and to transform. And we're wasting it all on idiots trying to get more money just because they can, because they want to make their buddies richer, the ones that make guns, the ones that make bombs. Why the fuck are we financing those companies? Because they're the most socialist believers when it comes to getting help from us, from our taxes, from our labor, from our time. But when it comes to actually giving back, they don't believe in socialism anymore. And it's the same pattern. Just look at history. We don't even have to believe me. It's there. It's in history. It's recorded. It's in the record. Everything that they have done that has screwed us over, it's there. And there are people that have existed that have tried to make things better and have actually made products that will enable us to be a better society. And what do? We let them kill them because it's not good for profit. It's not good for the whole safeguards that we have on something like oil. We have a lot of reserves, but why shouldn't we be able to just stop thinking about that and start making things to benefit everyone, not just them for their profits? We don't even need oil anymore that badly. So what are we doing? We're letting Orange Nero and his blood-sucking, toe-licking imbeciles, I'm not sure if calling them followers or minions or sycophants or psychotic, egotistical dorks. What I'm sure that they are is scared little children that don't know that they're going to die. And I don't want to talk about death like a lot, because people are going to think that I'm some kind of death, a Santa Muerte or death's admirer or anything like that. I'm not. I don't believe in God, so I can't believe in devils or that kind of fantasized interpretation of what death is. But what's important is for us to understand that death is coming to everybody. That's why I understand those religious sycophants that go to the streets and yell it out. The end is near. Repent. And I'm not saying repent. I'm saying do things that make you not repent. Make things that make you not want to turn back time. Make things that make you want to not hide your gray hairs. That's what success is to me, to go out to the end of your life and smile and just turn off and thank you for everything. It was a great experience, but these people don't have that experience. They have shitty experiences because they don't know what love is. They don't know that pain is the greatest of teachers. They don't know that actually being sorry and actually learning from your mistakes is what makes life worth living. Because that's how you get the best experience, and that's how you stop meddling in other people's business, and that's how you stop hurting yourself, and that's how you stop hurting others or not caring for others. That's how we see people who actually have money, that actually have done it in the honest way, reach levels that allow them to help people, and they fucking do. They don't invent phony charities. They don't do things to hide their faulty taxation, loophole grabbing, and yeah, they abuse the system real nicely. And as long as they can buy the laws or create laws that help them do it better or without the guilt, then it's okay for them, because for them legality oversteps empathy, oversteps what's right. They create complicated rules, they create complicated laws, they create complicated ways of saying things so that people who are not able to afford an education that we should be providing for free, by the way, to our own citizens, because we pay taxes and we should be able to afford it. So they don't have that kind of consciousness. We should be able to educate everybody without any fucking problem, without calling everything socialism. School systems are fucking flawed right now, especially the private ones, and whatever they're doing right now is gonna be reflecting on that fucking intent as well, because those people only care about money. And you say follow the money, it's not the actual paper, it's just follow the intent of what unchecked ego does when it has limitless amounts of it. When it can take advantage of our time and our resources and our taxation and everything that we actually produce for ourselves, they funnel it into their own pockets and start acting like pedophiles and horrible people that do horrible things to a lot of people, even making them die in a cave just so that they can get enough of the resources that they're stealing at that moment. So it's not only a pattern, it's a pathetic, the pathetic attempts to hide it from us, from hiding the actual mediocrity that they actually incur in whenever they act that way. They are mediocre. They are the most mediocre people that I know, because every single fucking one of them that has tried to be happy with a lot of money has failed, because they never get to enjoy their family, because they end up marrying people they don't want to marry, they don't even like, or marrying even a gender that they don't necessarily sexually are attracted to. And they end up screwing themselves just to comply with others' expectations. And that's why it's so important to teach our children that it shouldn't matter what they want to go to school to study, to learn. It should matter that they enjoy it. Not for the money, not for the position, not for the elitistic idiocy that comes with those kind of concepts, but for the sake of enjoying what you do. Because I promise you that there are great lawyers out there being doctors, and great doctors being garbage men, and great garbage men being fucking musicians. And it's fucking sad that we all focus on unchecked egos' wants instead of our own. Because unchecked ego is always going to want more and more and more. It's never going to be enough, and you're never going to find happiness that way, because it's never enough. You're never going to find love, because love comes in liberty, not in possession, in freedom, not in hoarding or saying that somebody is yours. Freedom and respect are attached to love as every single thing that belongs together that has ever existed. You don't have to say, oh, you're mine, so you can't be with anybody else. If you want to be with somebody else, just leave. If you want to be with me, just stay and let's be happy. Let's enjoy ourselves. And once that stops, maybe it's something that we measured wrong. Maybe it's something that we didn't actually allowed ourselves to justify enough for a long time. So we end up not liking it anymore. Maybe it's something that you told yourself that you wanted, but it was only the expectation of somebody else, because your mother wanted you to date some kind of person, or your father wanted you not to marry that kind of people either. So it becomes this simplified version of what life should be, to my understanding. If you are able to understand who you are and what you want out of life, before you get with somebody, before you have a family, then you'll have a happy family. If you just throw yourself into the ring just because a neurotic or jealous, insecure person was kind enough to open their legs, or to have you have some liquid dripped into you so that you can procreate, maybe that was not even the reason. Maybe it was an accident, and you end up spending time with a person you don't even know, and you end up not even liking, and you just stay with them because it's what's supposed to be done. You made the mistake, then you have to learn to live with it. Yeah, you have to learn to not make the mistake again, but don't ever stay in a position where you are feeling trapped or lonely or abused or taken advantage of in any way. It's sad to understand that that's the most common experience, because over 50% of the people who get married, and that's not even counting the ones that don't get married, get separated because of that fact, because they don't know who they are, because they don't know who they are with, because they don't know what the person in front of them, in the mirror and in front of them physically, are actually about in this life. So I try to teach my child that doesn't matter what you try to do, you always do what's right, you do it right, and you enjoy your experience, you have fun, you will experience pain, that's part of it, because with love comes loss. With love comes loss. It's really that simple. And if you learn to live with that fact, then you'll be able to process your relationships better, and you'll be able to understand what having a family is or should be, even if it's just the two of you. Whatever sex you are, whatever preference you have sexually, be with the person you want to be with. Be with that person who you connect with, who you are easy enough, who you are easy going with. Everything actually just flows, and nothing appears to be wrong at that moment. And there you'll find the most peaceful tranquility that you can imagine. Nothing will stress you, not even those shitty jobs that they keep on trying to push down our throats to make them comply with the bottom line. And we as I mentioned already, we are doing jobs as humans that machines can do already. So why are we complaining that we're losing jobs to robots, that's a good thing. We just don't need to let the people with money take advantage of that into funneling more money for them and less for us. Because they don't understand, the fucking idiots don't understand that the less money we have, the less of their shit that we're gonna buy. They're idiots. They don't think on consequences because they don't think about the future. They think about immediate benefits, immediate pleasure, immediate everything. And for what? For making a lot of people suffer, for making a lot of people die because they don't have a plate of rice to eat tonight. It's fucking bonkers that we keep on calling ourselves civilized when we keep on allowing these loveless dorks to do whatever the fuck they want with our taxes and our attention. They even learn how to psychologically manipulate us into thinking that they are successful, that they are the leaders that this society needs, that we are wrong for asking what's fair, that we are wrong for asking for a fair wage, for a fair way of actually compensating the time that we spend away from our families to comply with their shitty jobs. And there are jobs that are great and people enjoy them, and that's the fucking point. Let's focus on those. Let's actually educate ourselves to be the kind of person that we are meant to be. Not because of destiny or whatever, because there's a lot of things that you're good at. They tell you that you're not, but the way that they are teaching you is the thing that's wrong. It's not your abilities or your imagination. It's you're not being able to get proper instruction, so you end up thinking that money is everything. That's my experience. Again, that has been my experience with me and with people that I've known. And it's sad to understand how easy it is to see that the only problem with the world is unchecked ego. Unchecked ego is it. If you know a person that only thinks about themselves, just don't be near them, because that emboldens them. If you follow them on social networks, it emboldens them to watch them because of their stupid things that they do. Think that they're admired. And then another person starts thinking like them because, again, they don't have someone to teach them that love is the most important fucking thing that they can experience in this life. That's why they teach them that love doesn't exist. That's why they teach them that happiness is impossible. That's why they socially blackmail them into being a person that they don't want to be. I promise you, if you step out of that el que dirán, or what they will say, or what others expect of you, then you'll be able to be more free to take your own experience and actually do things that you don't even know if you're gonna like, just to experiment and to see if you're gonna like them. And that's probably the way for you to be happy. Again, that's my experience. I'm not talking about me judging or me saying anything. I know that those people are idiots because that's how they react, that's how they act, that's how they trample everybody else's experience just because they can, and because they think that they are chosen, or that they are able to manipulate us into thinking that they are successful, and we'll just say yes. And that's why I don't like fads. That's why I don't like fashion and all those award ceremonies and things, because they are only there to satisfy what ego should be wanting or needing, because ego doesn't want, ego needs. That's why it's never enough. But if you check ego when it's time, when it tells you that you're worth it as much as everybody else and that you're not worth more than anybody else, at that point, if you don't stop it and you don't keep it in check right there, then it's going to go beyond there, and it's going to start telling you that you're more important than somebody else just because your skin processes the sun in a different way than the darker skin would. And that's why you start thinking about things like race, like you being different, but you're not. It's just the skin's ability to process the sun that makes it darker or not. That's it. And you think that's being a race, then you're dumb. I don't believe in races, but I do believe in racism. So I'm not blind to the fact that there are people who think that that's important, that they think that for that reason they are more important than somebody else, and that's what I mean about it. Like, if you believe in that kind of social construct, then you're dumb, because only thinking that you're better because your ancestors lived in cloudy skies, underneath cloudy skies. That's it. You don't have no claim for power. You don't have to claim for anything. You just didn't receive enough sun for generations and you're light-skinned. That's it. And on the other spectrum, there's also people, because I felt it on my own self. There are people who we believe that we are less because we are darker than somebody else. So we start acting accordingly. We're more than I'm not sure how much of us there is, but again, there's no reason to be fighting about that kind of idiocy. It's a dumb idea to think that you're better because the sun didn't hit your grandparents and their grandparents and their grandparents enough. That's why if you put a light-skinned person in the sun, they roast because they can't process the sun the same way that we can do. And that's why if you put a dark person in cloudy skies, they're going to get depressed. That's it. And I'm not saying again that this is the truth, but this is what's most logical to me. And if we start thinking about it in that way, then we'll understand that we don't need to keep on fighting over stupid things like what kind of imaginary friend we know or we understand to be truth, or what kind of skin color we have, because we understand that it's the same thing. Religion should be teaching you that love is the most important thing, because you need to love yourself to understand that you can love others as well, and that you can progress as a human mind towards being a better community. Because if we all contribute to the community, we all have the greatest success of all, which is being able to prevent us from being distracted if a super volcano explodes, or if a comet comes and tries to knock us over, or if the solar flares that are for some reason really, really strong and they are aimed our way and they end up fucking us or bringing us back to the time where no internet or telephones were invented yet. And we're going to start fighting each other again because we don't understand that shouldn't be a fucking impediment, because they keep on telling us that we're different. They keep on telling us that we should be fighting, that they are the enemy, and that we are different. We are not. We are the same fucking thing. Every single religion is telling, every single religious book that I've known about is telling you the exact same thing. Focus on that. Not on the war, not on the violence, not on the misogyny, not on the slavism, not on the abuse of children. Focus on what's real, the love that you can feel for yourself, and the love that you can actually go around it and spread it and take from the community as well. Because we're like ants, but dumber. Because they have a purpose. They know what they have to do and they do it. We know that we have a purpose, and that's why we get depressed when we don't fulfill it. That's why we get depressed with that fucking job that gives you a lot of money but doesn't give you any fulfillment personally. Yeah, it feels nice when they tell you that you're doing a good job. Yeah, it feels nice to receive that big paycheck, but what the fuck are you doing with yourself on the mirror at night? Can you sincerely look in your eyes and say, I'm happy? I couldn't. And it wasn't a nice thing to feel, and that's why I understand it differently now, and I understand that the experience is what matters, and that's why I understand that speaking about these things is very important, because it's what's preventing us from advancing, from connecting, from communicating, from being able to unify against the hoarders that are only at the end of the funnel trying to take everything from us. Our time, our money, our resources. And again, they're so dumb to understand that if they keep on taking from us, we're not only gonna be unable to buy their stupid shit, their poisons, their lies, their marketing, but we're gonna be really upset and we're gonna do damage to them, and that's not the point. They are people too. There are people that deserve to have an experience, but we need to help them mentally. They don't need to be in an they don't need to be in a big plaza and had their heads taken off. That's not what it's about. I understand that they are not bad people inherently, but they have very shitty fucking ideas about what success is, and that's what they need to work on. Because they won't be happy otherwise, and they will prevent a lot of other people from being unhappy too, because their policies make us not be able to afford rent, or to afford food, or to afford to have a pet, or to afford to be able to go on vacation, which is fucking necessary all the time, or to be able to afford time for ourselves so that we can know ourselves and be able to get more into that kind of experience, one that is actually worth living, one that is worth having. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do live by these ideas, and I think that they are what have made it possible for me to feel happy and to feel enjoyment and to feel fulfillment about being with somebody and being with myself when I'm alone. And that's why I was able to I'm able to go 10 years into a marriage that and a family that I it feels like I started it yesterday. And it's a great experience, and it's something that I believe that if an idiot like me can actually achieve that, then anybody can. We just have to take our presumptions of things and what they tell us that things are, and just analyze it. Know that mediocrity relies on where hoarding is, because there's no limit to that, and it will always take more and more and more away without any positive outcome. And success is actually enjoying the experience that you were given by your parents. It doesn't matter if you wanted it or not. Take advantage of it. You're right here. Believe me, you're already dead. Just wait. If you want to someday end it all, that's everybody's personal option, but I would recommend for you to wait. You're already dead. You already had the no, like they say. Go for the yes. Go for that lived experience of enjoyment, of actual happiness, of actually feeling the pain and feeling the sadness and feeling the happiness and the smiles. Not fake your smiles, but actually be there for the moments. And if we do that, I believe that we'll be better soon, real soon. We don't even have to pretend that we are so that we can have likes on social media. And yeah, man, the Beatles did have the point there. Very, very good point. All you needed is love. Don't let them tell you that it doesn't exist. Don't let them tell you that happiness is impossible. It could be one of the ways that happens, right? Because the universe is so vast, and you may do everything that you choose to do, but that's the point. Make your own decisions. Don't let others do them for you, because you'll never be happy that way. And if happiness seems impossible, it's gonna be near fucking set in stone and with lasers that last, make the engravings last hundreds of millions of years. You're not gonna be happy that way. You can set it there and sign for it, because you're not. But if you take your own decisions, you take your own, as long as you're not hurting anybody else or yourself, if you make your own decisions, your own choices, and you live by your own wants and needs and love and happiness, then you'll be able to achieve that happiness real fucking easy, sooner than you think. And it sucks, and sometimes our intention is not that as parents to teach our children that, but we have to think about their benefit, about their long run, about their actual mental state. So what we teach them is highly, highly important. So we need to teach them about love, about happiness being possible, but not letting anybody get in the way of those decisions, of those choices. Not even ourselves as parents. Because we're only fucking them over with regret and with envy and with jealousy and with I'm not sure if I would call it, but it's weird that we feel like that's normal, to be sad all the time and to be angry all the time and to be upset all the time. That we believe that that's how it's supposed to be. It's nonsensical. Because again, we have the biggest monkey brain that has ever existed. The one that's bigger than any single fucking earth being that has been before. The one that has the most capabilities, and we keep on doing what monkeys do. We keep on fighting, we keep on dividing, we keep on making gangs, on being side of something, or on this team or that other team, or believing in this imaginary friend or that other imaginary friend, and make that a fucking reason to fight. And we're wasting time that we could be spending trying to figure out how the fucking 4 billion years we can get the fuck out of here. Because the in 5 billion years the sun is gonna go bust, and we're gonna all end up perishing just because we weren't able to talk to each other and stop fighting about idiots' wills and wants. And no matter how much you try to dress it up, if you try to pair success with money, you're never going to understand what love is. Because love is about, when you achieve the understanding of love, that's the greatest success that you can have in life. And you can be financially okay. I promise you will. If you have a family that you love and that you treat with respect, they will help you. And you will be able to help them. They'll be able to accept your help because they know that you're doing it out of love, not about flexing or about showing your wealth at them. Why do we keep on hoarding stuff? We put the people who hoard other things into asylums, so let's just help them that way. Then make better asylums, make better jails. Stop convicting people over things that they enjoy to do with that they're not harming anybody else. The fuck are you doing? We're not supposed to be living like this, and we're not supposed to be letting people like Orange Nero take over things and start being corrupt at every single fucking chance that it gets. And all his bootlickers are there to make that happen, because by themselves, unchecked egos are unable to do shit because they are useless. They don't know how to do anything. They don't have a purpose. The only thing that they know is to manipulate and to cheat their way into wealth. That makes them smart, I guess. But shit, man, we keep on letting those people call themselves leaders and successful, and we believe them because we see them in the magazines and on the newspapers and on the web pages and on the apps, and they keep telling you that they're successful, but they're not. If you try to live your life, if you enjoy what you do, you're successful. They are not. They are mediocre, loveless, scared little children trying to be important, trying to be relevant. That's why you see their faces all fucked up. They can't accept that age is a natural thing. And if you take care of yourself, that age will be done gracefully, that aging process. They will end up looking like fucking iguanas or fucking toads with the things that they do to their faces. It's fucking sad to see an experience like that. I can only imagine what they feel when they're alone in the mirror. It should be fucking disastrous. I would think so myself. To look at that mirror and see that thing that I turn myself into just to please others or to try to appear something to others, it's fucking upsetting. And it should be. But they don't care because they care more about fame and money and attention. Things that they will never need to be able to be happy. They're not in the recipe, dude. They'll never be. And I'm not judging. I'm saying that you can do what I did. Not live like I do. It's a total fucking topic. You don't have to do the things that I did. You have to choose. That's the thing that you need to do the same as me. Choose for yourself. Decide for yourself. See what's best for you. If you're not hurting anybody else, go for it. But don't make it about the money, because you'll be lost. You'll be regretful. You'll be jealous. You'll be envious. And you'll have that superiority complex that allows you to be a shitty person to others and allows others not to admire you or not to love you because they fear you. They don't respect you. They fear you. And you're going to say, yeah, fear is better than having someone take advantage of you. But yeah, but if you love and if you let yourself be loved, believe me that nobody will take advantage of you. Just have to learn to enjoy pain, or to go through pain. Not enjoy it necessarily, but to go through it in a dignified way without losing your dignity to fear, your integrity to that kind of action that makes you react in a certain way that makes others suffer, others be worse than they were before you make that decision. And again, I don't care what you are, just be what you are. If you're gay, be gay. If you're a doctor, be a doctor. If you're a veterinarian, be a veterinarian. There's nothing wrong with being a fucking garbage man. There's nothing wrong with being a guy that goes to schools and sells ice cream. If that's what you want to do, do it. Just don't hurt anybody else. That's success, dude. That's the only success that I know. After thinking about it, after analyzing, after going through philosophical theories and books and the old songs that I did, they helped me realize all these things. It was a 10-year long project that ended up in me being able to go back to it and remember why I'm doing what I'm doing, go back to myself and just keep on enjoying life. And I understand how easy it is now, but how complicated it was for me to actually achieve that goal of not caring about what others thought of me, which was the single most hardest thing that I have ever done, apart from coming back from a heartbreak. But I understand how easy it is now to make decisions, because now I'm making them for myself and my family. What's best for us, what's best for my wife to be who she is, for me to be who I am, and for us to enjoy our company and to teach our child that's the way to go. And that's what I believe happiness is. That's what I believe that success is. That's the real success, not money, not hoarding. People hoard things. We call them mentally ill. That's nothing new. And people who hoard usually have that selfishness that makes them make specific kind of decisions that you know that they're fucking hoarders, that you know they are fucking selfish, that you know that they are fucking egotistical maniacs that just want everything for themselves. It doesn't matter if you have enough yourself or not. As a member of our community, if we keep on letting them do what they want, what is going to happen is they're going to pay us less and less, and they're going to funnel more and more into their pockets. Again, not understanding that the less we have, the less we can buy their stupid fucking poison. And we keep on also letting people sell us poison as food and dyes and chemicals that aren't supposed to be in our bodies. We forgot about food and we start processing manufactured hunger suppression just so that we can afford it, because they that's what they do. They don't deliver quality, they deliver profit for their shareholders. That's the same thing that religion does. It keeps you blind to the truth of you understanding death before anything else, so that you can understand what life is about. And they keep on pushing these narrative of absurd rules and regulations and things that you have to do just because an old person a long time ago and way after the quote-unquote fact happened wrote about rules and what you're supposed to do with your life. But they're rules that they're not important anymore, because some of them are outdated, because we know better now. So we don't have to base ourselves entirely on the books. We have to focus on the message. Love yourself, love others. That's it. It doesn't matter what religion they are, what country they're from, what geographical accidental birth issue happened so that made them be a certain color. Love everybody else. Love love the animals around you. Love them, because every single part of them is part of an ecosystem that thrives on interconnection and synopsis and dependency. So we need to understand ourselves as part of that system, not as the creation that was chosen by whatever God you choose to believe in, that is better than others that believe the same shit but with another character. It's dumb. I'm not saying that you believing in your God is dumb. I'm saying that you believing that religion is important is dumb. Religion in the sense that it's being used right now in the context of today, that we keep on using it for wars and for power and for division. Religion is supposed to be about the word itself. Religare, reunite. Be one with yourself, be one with others. You're part of the same fucking community. Why are you draining it? Why are you taking your business elsewhere once you get enough? Why do you start going to fancier restaurants just because you you now can, and start, instead of going and investing in your community so that they can also start making great food. Find the talent there. Supporting education, supporting our own ways of understanding our abilities and actually transform them into something useful for our communities. Don't just blankly educate everyone the same way, because not everybody understands things the same way. Not everybody learns the same way. Actually invest in education in that manner so that we can actually take advantage of the imaginations, of the abilities, and of the physical traits of the people who are able to do those things and contribute to communities, but let them also have their own things, their own ways of contributing. And let's take off the rest, the things that need to be taken care of by humans. Let's take care of them by ourselves, and let's take turns on doing it. Every single fucking one. Not just someone, and just because you have money or your daddy has money, then you won't be able to contribute. No, every single one of us gets to contribute to the society, to the things that need to be done by humans. We have enough technology, enough machines to be able to let's stop making fucking bombs and let's start making more robots so that it can help us with the menial jobs that we don't need to do because they're hurtful for our psyche, for our mentality, for our experience. Let's stop thinking about fucking profit or shareholders, and let's start thinking about the communities themselves and how we can improve them so that we can become aware of things easier, so we can detect things easier or earlier, so that we don't have to demise ourselves over fucking greed. It's one of the most dumbest things that I've come to understand when it comes to what society has to offer, and it's that hoarding and success seem to be the same thing, but they're not. Again, hoarding is mediocrity because it never ends, it never is enough. And success is love and freedom, because you can achieve a lot of more things by cooperation than by dividing and fighting each other, just because some greedy fucking assholes get to accumulate more wealth by taking advantage of the situation, because that's what they do. Social leeches, that's what they are. They take socialism so that they can take advantage of our taxes and our time in exploiting us, but they don't take the responsibility that they need to take towards the community to actually reinvest back in them and make everything better for the people who made them what they are, who made them the money by purchasing them and by working for them. Don't just take the whole of the funnel money and put it in your pockets. Reinvest in your communities. That's how you're successful yourself. If you want to focus on money, at least make it count like that, because you'll be fucking more helpful and you'll be more fulfilled if you do it that way. If you allow other people to live their experience, to be happy, to enjoy working for you, eventually we won't even need money. I fucking promise you we won't need money, and we will just be all day just taking care of business and having fun and drinking and smoking a little weed and taking some shrooms and learning again what perspective we need to be learning about the reason for our existence here. And again, if an idiot like me was able to do it, I'm sure that smarter people are able to understand this kind of point. But again, not sure if anybody's going to listen to this. But if you did, I hope that it was at least worth the time. If you didn't change your mind about you not depending on others for your decisions, that at least you got to hear a different perspective, and that should be enough, because it may spark something in you. And as it did for me, I mean, a lot of people helped me understand this. So it wasn't myself. I did move away from a lot of things for 10 years, but I mostly thought about what I needed to do and wanted to do with that project and what I wanted to do with my life, and it turned out well. It turned out great. So hopefully it turns the same way for you if you take that step, or if you do decide to take matters into your own hands. And I hope that it goes the best way for you, and that you enjoy your experience here, and when you die, you do so with a sincere smile on your face and with the love of everybody that got to know you. So I guess that's it, and thank you so much for your time, and hope you have a great day. Bye.